Excuse me. May I please have the attention of the class? I have a breaking news story that needs to be addressed immediately. Excuse me? Is everybody listening? Here is the breaking news. The American government is giving every citizen $1 million. Not so believable coming from me, is it? Not so believable coming from an average student and a complete stranger you barely know. But let's say I was in a major TV news network like NBC, Fox, CNN, or BBC. If you'd heard them give an announcement or have a headline like that, would you be any more intrigued to maybe read further into it? Maybe hoping, pleading that there was some truth in it? I think most of us would be. The message I'm trying to convey today is I want to prove to you guys, I want to convince you that America's press today, that today's press period, can't be trusted. Now, I'm not some anarchist who's trying to overthrow the government here. I'm just a realist who, like many people, want the facts when they listen to the news. When you hear a story, you want to know the facts. You can decide your own point of view. You can make your own opinions about what's going on. But you can't make accurate decisions or opinions without knowing the facts. And we're not getting the facts. We're not getting the facts from the top. And only people we can really blame is ourselves. Like I said, my message here is to convince all you that the news can't be trusted. There's a few supporting. I'd be lying if I said there was a few. There's quite a few supporting studies that have been done and supporting articles and of course real life events that have happened that support this. I can't even begin to name every single one of them, but I can give you a few examples here and hopefully bring some comedy in your lives while conveying this message. We've all heard of Lewis Black, the comedian. Man, he's an extreme guy. He's always getting real crazy, with his interactions. He's real direct. He's very persuasive, and I choose Lewis Black as a good example of this, is because he went on a rant in a movie called Accepted about the media today, and in that rant, he was quoted as saying, America is a nation of brands. We're a consumer nation, so we also consume news. Americans can be a tad bit lazy. I'm an American, so I don't like to admit it, but we can be a tad bit lazy. And with that laziness comes the unwillingness to research a news article or a news story that we've been given. And we don't realize what we're consuming could be full of trash, and oftentimes it is. It's very biased information we're digesting. We're taking all this information in. We're taking it from the TV source, and it's coming straight into our minds, and the conclusion's already been drawn from us, and that conclusion's drawn from the news source. We're not getting the facts. We're not getting the courtroom dialogue that we deserve as people, that describes accurately what's going on. There's flooding on Fifth Avenue, therefore there will be a traffic jam. No, there's a gigantic traffic jam on Fifth Avenue, and the state's been fighting for years, or the city's been fighting for years to get that road widened and get some more stoplights in there, but it's never happened. When are we going to get a mayor, or mayor so-and-so is going to support this? But Lewis Black, for example, he gets real extreme with all these points of views. A lot of that bias, some examples of that bias, some of them may come from religion. Not against religion, it's just sometimes that's where some of that bias comes from. Politics, another big one. It's that type of season, so most of you are familiar with that. I'm sure I grabbed a chuckle from some of the crowd. And, other parts of it could just be biased from influence from companies. Companies these news agencies have interest in. No matter what the case, though, you're receiving bias swaying one way or another. It's hard to find a news agency that reports just the facts. Some people are like, oh, The Onion, that's the only place to get your news. Are you serious? BBC, that's the only place to get it. I don't know if there is an unbiased source of news. And that's anywhere you look. It's just a cold hard fact. If you want the truth, you need to research it yourself and draw your own conclusions. So in conclusion, are we a nation of brands? Maybe so. Maybe we're so quick to look for the easy answer, we lose sight of the actual facts, what's actually going on. And maybe putting forth a little bit of the legwork to do some research would pay some big dividends in us being able to draw our own conclusions. The news and the media just simply cannot be trusted. Not because they're bad people, maybe because they hold bias on one corner or another. It's either religion, politics, corporate, who knows what it is, but there's bias there, and it's swaying the facts, people. Thank you for listening to me, and hopefully I've maybe enlightened you with just a few examples, or made you laugh, made you realize maybe, wow, this guy's right. Maybe this guy's on to something. Nothing else, maybe I made you open up another tab and utilize Google, the search engine, to maybe see what's going on out there. Maybe look for some of these stories. Thank you for your time, and y'all have a great day.